Hey y'all, this your girl Queen Sorrel. Thank y'all for coming to my channel. Please like and subscribe. I'm here to talk about the comments that I was getting on YouTube about my little cousins when they went missing. A lot of you guys had a whole bunch of stuff to say. Please excuse me, I am sick. I just found out I was pregnant not too long ago, so it's been hard for your girl. But let me go ahead and get to these little questions that a lot of people had, and I'm gonna clear up some stuff because apparently people is hella rude, and it's like, come on now. Let me go to this YouTube, y'all feel me? I'm sorry y'all, I haven't been able to like give updates and stuff lately, or go over some of the stuff on my channel because I've been really sick. This morning sickness been killing me because I have it throughout the whole day. So y'all, please bear with me. Let me look. Okay, a lot of people had so much to say. Comments. The adopted parents have 6 kids, 4 adopted, 2 biological. They got a loan to buy a house for $60,000 over the asking price with no job on paper. Who's bankrolling them? Follow the money. People have searched for their dogs harder than these adopted parents search for these babies. Okay. Now, with that, I didn't the update on that information. Yes, it was 6 kids. The adopted parent had 6 kids. She had 2 kids of her own, and she had 2 foster, and she had 2 adopted. The 2 that went missing were the adopted ones, and those 2 are brothers. I don't know nothing about the other 2, if they were brothers too or not, but yeah. And there has been like a whole lot of mix up in the stories of what was going on, because some of the stuff like that y'all hearing now is not the stuff that we heard when we went out there, the day we went out there right after everything happened. I'll go over that part with y'all in a little right after I answer these questions. But on I forgot the lady's name, but she had did a video on I guess she interviewed I guess one of the close friends of his, and him and her, whoever loaned him the money, they became like real close friends. They got to know each other, and then so she gave him a loan. She wasn't expecting to be paid back for the loan, but I guess she told him that he was a producer. He made beats for a living, and he charged $200 to $300 per beat and stuff like that. And that's what she went off of, and that's how he started paying her back. I guess they did an update. They had, I guess, on Vimo or something like that, or Zelle. It was one of those apps with the bank stuff. He was depositing money to her account. They found it or whatever, and it was saying under a loan or something like that. First for there. To me, I feel like, being that one of the little boys is my cousin, like, we went out there and searched, but it's been too long. I mean, we could still go out there and search. Did watch parties, not watch parties, but search parties and stuff. Some of our family was out there doing it. But I mean, it's Bakersfield, and it's so many places that could be. It's so many stories that's going on. So nobody know where to look. Nobody know where to search. We got big fields. It's gonna be hard to cover all of it. But I mean, everybody was out there trying. The wife looks like a gangster. Apparently, the wife is not a gangster. Why the laughing though? Let me clear that up because I had a lot of people like say some negative remarks. Okay, So for one, I'm the one that was video recording on my channel. I'm the one that did the video recording. Okay. Just because people are laughing does not mean that we do not care about our family. Apparently, if we didn't care about our family, we wouldn't have drove from Bakersfield to California City to see what was going on, like, instantly. Like, so just because people are laughing doesn't mean that they're not hurt. And it is okay for people to crack jokes. Like, seriously, like, every moment it doesn't have to be a sad moment. Although this is a sad situation, like, these is our family. If we want to crack jokes about the adopted parent, let us crack joke about the adopted parent. Shit, we hurt. A little bit of laughing, that's not, it doesn't show that we don't care. Yes, it's a real situation, but if we talking shit, then, oh well, we could talk shit to them motherfuckers. They did something to our motherfucking kids. So we gonna talk shit, period. And if we won't talk shit, we gonna laugh about the shit too. Fuck them. That's just how I feel. But at the end of the day, we was laughing because someone said he need to put some oil on his bald head. Everybody started laughing. Everybody that was there was all laughing. But you notice when they actually start talking, because at first everybody was standing around, they wouldn't come out the house for nothing. Like, I'm telling y'all, when we pulled up, they stayed in the house. Like, they was in the house, did not come outside, no nothing. They wasn't answering the doors. The only time they answered the door is when the news reporter, that was a female, came up there and knocked on the door, talked to him, and that was it. We had one lady that she was I guess she lived over there in the area. She went off. Like, she even went up to the door, knocking on the door. They would not open the door for the lady. Like, she was like, I just want to ask you guys some questions. They was like, no. They was talking through the door. They didn't open it, no nothing. So it was like, okay, like, y'all not gonna explain to the family or nothing, like, what's going on, or like tell us what happened. And then if y'all notice in the video, like, he wouldn't even look at me. The only time he looked at me when he said one little certain thing. Like, I forgot what it was, but when you'll go back and rewrite it. But he when he said one thing, talking like he want to thank us or something like that, and we looking at him like, what? And the reason why I cut off the video is the same reason why the AV live reporter dude cut off the video, because me and him was standing side by side. We both, if you notice on his video, we both cut it off at the same time, because we looked at each other and we was like, what you mean when it all played out? Like, what you mean by that? Like, this ain't no joke. Like, what you mean? So that pissed us both off. So we cut off the video. Like, it was like, they wanted to rush that man. They want, it was going to be ugly. But the cool thing about everything is, after all the talking, one of the grandma, she was like, she started cussing him out, whatever. It should have been a video update on that one too when it came out, because she was going in. Like, she, like, flipped. And then he says to the cameraman, should I answer that? And they like, yes, well, of course you need to answer it. Like, you guys will have to find the video. If I find it, I'll, do a reaction to it, so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. I gotta go back and look at it. But, yeah. So, during that whole time they were outside, everybody had got distracted because one of the girls walked off, and they was like, it was some footprints or something, some baby footprints in the dirt. But they had let us know that, because when we all walked off and we like, hold on, what is you talking about? Because, and then when he said that he was throwing the wood, it was like so many different stories by the time we got there. He said he was throwing the wood from one side of the house, which is the side of the house to, if you're looking at it like from where I'm at, it was, okay, they house right here. Damn, it's gonna be hard to explain it. So if I turn this way, okay, if they house right here, we across the street. The lot that's on the left side is the one he said he was throwing the wood over. And then this side on the right is where the black iron gate is. And it was like it's a dirt trail. Well, there were like little twigs over there. There was no wood. It was probably like 2 planks of wood right there. That was it. But on the other side of the field there was no wood. And then he kept saying like, okay, he was throwing the wood over, but the gate is open on this side. So when he's talking to us, telling us what happened on the live thing with the news reporter, he says, yeah, when I was throwing wood, but looks over there at the metal gate. So we looking like, okay, so you talking about this gate. And then it was confirmed that he was talking about the black gate, not the other side. But literally, we walked all the way over there. The next day, well, after the kids were missing, when we all found out from the news, when they said the Aspen, whatever, that's how we found the address. Everybody went over there. We got in our cars. We all, tailgated, trailed over there. Me, my husband, one of the biological dads. By the time we got there, the other biological dad was there, and the mama was there, and the grandma was there, and then a lot of people that was in the neighborhood was there. So when we walked on the side of the gate, we're looking inside. There was no chalk. There was no chalk. There was no chalk writing on the floor of the patio, nothing like that. It was wild. Like, it wasn't like no room for the kids to even play. And then we noticed the burn pit. If you notice on the picture, the burn pit is in the back by the shed, but like over in that little area. But the door that the little kids was playing at was way up there. If you're gonna burn firewood, or if you're gonna do a burn pit, why is you burning it back there instead of closer to the house? Like, there's no chairs over there. Like, I don't know what they had to do over there. So
there's only 7 things on my bed.
Okay, I'm doing a video. I'll talk to you in a second. So he couldn't do no burn. It didn't make no sense. Like, you gonna do a burn pit over there where there's no, it's behind the, what is that called? It was behind the garage. Like, as if anybody's gonna be back there. Because that burn pit wasn't close up to where you could sit on the patio. It's way in the back. Ain't no chairs over there. But in the patio, you got chairs right there. So why wouldn't the burn pit be right there to keep everybody warm? And why is just 2 of them outside? What, you trying to keep 2 of the babies warm? Didn't make no sense. And let me get to these other questions. I don't personally believe the boys were even there that night. Also, if they were and they did actually leave that gate, honestly, on that question right there, like, well, not a question, that statement, like, I don't believe they was there either. On another video that was posted by it was a spokeswoman, like a news reporter girl, she stated like she had gotten in contact with a close friend of his. She got in contact with a close friend of his. And she said she didn't even know that he had 6 kids. She said 6 kids. He only has 4. And that was way in September when he bought the house. And so honestly, I don't even believe that the babies was there. And not to mention, honestly, when we got there, there was heck of bottles of Jack Daniels in the trash can with sawdust. And I think it was nails or bolts. It was one of them. Because the neighbor had said that they would hear him in his garage. And he was always sawing. Like, he was, like, sawing something. And so, my thing is he probably got drunk one day. Did something to him before they moved there. I think moving there was a cover-up. And I think them Jack Daniel bottles was there because when you know that you're going to have to explain something to somebody, or it's Christmas coming up and you got to explain what's going on, and you start getting scared, you start panicking. So a lot of people's ways to ease their mind and, you know, their pain is drinking alcohol. So I know, like, so I feel that I know he had to be drinking to cover up that pain. I just know it. Like, you can't tell me. All that, if y'all seen all the bottles of the Jack Daniels that was in there, y'all know he was an alcoholic. So that means he had some type of trauma or something going on in his life before, or he's going through something to where he has to stay drunk. And I think that night, that day, probably the whole day, he was drinking, trying to figure out a plan to tell the police that their kids is missing, because people's going to start questioning, and it's right around Christmas time. Hey, and being that you moved to California City, it's a big old land. It's like a lot of land. Anything can happen. And so I'm thinking they probably, you know, don't realize that people is going to search. And they didn't think that it was going to get too much attention how it did. And then get put out. They didn't think that none of the blame was going to be on them. They was just going to be like, oh, my kids went missing. And somebody came and took my kids or whatever. And then that's a missing person report. And then it's done from there. With no. Like, no, that's not how it's going to go. Let me see. This word, Android said, like they're going to rambunctious. I do not know why he said that they was going to be rambunctious like that right there. I was looking at him when he said it, and I'm like, is that what they was before you did whatever you did to him? Like, the first thing that come out your mouth is that. Okay. Fuck are the boys, and why were they getting regular checkups before regular checkups? They wasn't getting regular checkups because they were adopted. More like, you get regular checkups when you're a foster child. But then again, they had 2 foster kids. So what's up with the regular checkups? And that's when I questioned the CPS worker. Because, okay, people have so much to say about the mama. The mama, okay, the reason why them kids got took is because it wasn't her fault. She wasn't at home. So her kids got took because of something somebody else did. For all y'all that didn't know. And yes, she tried her hardest to get her kids back. Of course. Like, she tried her hardest. She finished the parenting classes. She did all of that. So it didn't make no sense. There's people in her family on her side that got what is it called? They got approved. Still, no. And I just think it has to do with the social worker. Because for one, the kids was placed with another lady before they got placed with the adopted parents. Well, the lady and the mother became real close. Like, they became cool. And so she would always see her baby. The CPS worker did not like it. So they took the babies out of that foster home and gave them to these people. That's what happened. She was seeing them. She was hearing from them all up until the social worker and the the adopted parents stopped answering. I don't really know what happened with that, but I know they stopped answering her phone calls and all of that. So then after they stopped answering her phone calls, that's when they did the full adoption. They did the adoption thingy for both of them. So they got adopted out. Once they got adopted out, it was in 2019. They got adopted out. She haven't been able to get in contact with them since. And then I guess she moved, and I guess somebody of her family or friend found out or something. I don't know. But they end up moving. She's still trying to get in contact with them. They wasn't letting her. They wasn't giving her no information. And after that, that was it. So then I guess on the news when she said that they moved to California City, because that's where they posted that shit. Because when it was posted on, what is it? When it was posted on the news, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to think. But when it was posted on the news, it said Orin and Orson. And so I get a phone call from my cousin, which is the bio dad, his wife. She contacted me and she was telling me, hey, did you hear about what happened to your little cousin? And I'm like, what? She said Orin and Orson. I'm like, because nobody knew them by those names. Like, never knew them by no Orin and Orson. And so it was like kind of odd. Then she told me, I was like, hold on, what are you talking about? And then she told me to look, she sent me the link on Facebook, and I was like, oh, and I said, when is y'all going out there? She was like, we about to go out there to, right now. So we was going to go out, but it was really, 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 like, late. They went, like, I couldn't go. I was sick. Like, I had just found out that I was pregnant. So then they was having car trouble, so they the next day we all, like the whole family, we all, you know, hit the freeway early in the morning, and we all got out there, and that's when we did the video and stuff. But yes, the mama, she hurt. So all the people that's like trying to comfort her, saying that she had something to do with it, no, she didn't have nothing to do with it. She don't even have a car to drive out way out there. Like, so, like, come on now. Like, nobody knew of the names Orin and Orson. Like, that's not their real names. They're, well, according to them, like, but their name is Classic and Sincere. So nobody knew about like a Orin West or Orson West. We didn't know those names. So it's kind of like, you know, but yeah, she hurt. Like, these people took her, like took her kids, and then this is what happened. Like, and I don't think, you know, DHS, I don't think they really care about the stuff that goes on. I worked in one of those offices, like the CPS office. Those are like, you would think that they got profession. You could get a job through them and not even have a degree. And everybody in there is just like everybody on the streets. Like, they be on Facebook just as well as us. Like, they are no different than everybody else. They are no different than people that commit crimes and all of that. Like, they're no different. They're just like us. Not like us, like me. Like, nah. But I'm saying like us as in, they're regular people. They're nobody special. Like, they don't have no degrees. Half of them don't have degrees. I can't speak for all of them, but half of them ain't got no degrees. Because I knew a couple people that worked there, and I'm looking like, how you get this job? Like, dude, they not know you ratchet, ghetto, and all of it. No. You don't need that. What the heck? Like, no. You would think that, you know, they would be perfect role models, but no. You going to go... They worried about taking your kids, but guarantee if you go to their home, they got stuff going on in their home that their kids need to be took. Half of them up in there probably, I'm pretty sure they get high. I know half of them know how to pass drug tests. I know everybody know how to get around drug tests with them. Like, come on now. I know so many people that work there, and I just be looking at like, how? Like, I know a social worker right now, and it's like, they let you work. Oh, they don't know you. They don't know you from a can of paint. But the thing is, they don't know the people they hire. They don't know their background. Just because they don't have a background doesn't mean that they haven't done nothing wrong in their past, or they're currently doing it. They just haven't got caught yet. That's all that is. They haven't got caught yet. Or they haven't got put in a position to where they have to show, you know, what's going on. So it's like, nah. These people is cutthroat and janky just like everybody else is cutthroat and janky. So that CPS nothing. I know somebody that smoke weed right now that's working with the department. Get high all day constantly. Working with the department. Like, come on now. Y'all. These, whew, I know people's information that I shouldn't know information because it's supposed to be confidential. No. These people just like us, just like, okay, they working for, you know, the department or CPS. They should CPS workers and stuff like that. But you forget these people have friends that they run their mouth to. So your business can be put to the next person's business. Like, you thinking this stuff is supposed to be confidential, but you don't know that person's best friends or cousins or family members know about you. You know, they do, because 9 times out of 10, this person's going to tell them. Because they probably don't like you, don't know you, whatever. Then they going to let out your information. So, with that being said, like, hey, these systems, they don't know what they doing. And how you gonna hire somebody to take somebody else's kids, but you don't know that person's background, you don't know what goes on in that person's home. That's just like, you would never know, when you get in a relationship, you would never know the guy or the girl, you'll never know who they are fully until you live with them. And once you live with them, you get a dose of who that person really is. But people can do all type of stuff on the outside if they not living in your home. These people ain't living in, you know, the supervisor or none of these people's homes before they hire them. So they don't know how these people are. They don't know how these people act with their kids. They don't know if these kids getting whoopings. They don't know if the kids is drug dealers or nothing like that. Because they never lived in the home. But you're going to tell this person that they can take another kid out of their parents' home when you don't know what's going on in that parent home? No. That's crazy. I'm going to investigate it. Yes, the caseworker need to be investigated, because to me, I just took what is it called? A pro training or something like that for adopted kids and for fostering. I just took one. And in that class, it said, you always want to make sure that you stay in contact with the parent. But yet, that saying that, this caseworker, this social worker, took these kids out of another foster parent home because she was too close to the mama. Y'all said that they supposed to build a type of relationship to where they will be able to know their kids. Y'all just said that in the video, but then you go turn around and move them because they too close? Like, come on now. She not living with her. Let her be a part of her baby life. Like, that's cold. Like, this system is wrong. But it's not, to me, it's the system, but then it's the worker. Because, to me, the worker probably had an issue or felt some type of way about her and didn't want to give her back the baby. So, it's just like, it's the workers. So, yeah, the worker need to be investigated. Because why you not going out there checking on them other babies? Let me know when was the last time you went out and checked on the other ones. Like, that's crazy. Because you got 2 fosters and you got 2 adopted. Okay, if 2 adopted and you got your regular 2, but these ones is foster. When was the last time you went out there and checked up on a foster? Not to mention, when was the last time any of the kids had doctor visits, physicals, appointments? Have they been in school? Oh, you homeschooling. Okay, cool. Can you show me the homeschool login? I need you to contact the school and give me the attendance record for these babies. When was the last time they was in class? Is there a dog named Jack? I don't know the dog name. I know when we went, there was a dog there. No. Yeah, it was a dog there when we went. I know on the video that we seen that night, because they raided that house that night when we was out there. They brought the white big old lamp, whatever. When they dug the backyard out, we was there. They took the dog. They took the dog. And yeah, that was that. When we got there, when we pulled up, there was a white Suburban, and I'm thinking it was CPS, I'm not sure. But they parked how the van was parked, right in front of the front door, and they took out 3, it was 4 kids that was walking, that got into the van. It was 1 girl, and then I seen like 2 boys, and then I couldn't see the other one, but it was 4. Man, when he said he wanted to go into people's houses, but not because he wanted to invade in their privacy, someone must have denied him. Nobody denied him because he didn't go talk to nobody. If y'all looked at the other video with the full surveillance, he didn't go talk to nobody. What he did is he was walking back and forth, not even far, for about like 10, I think it was 10, 13 minutes, something like that. He kept walking back and forth, out the yard, in the yard, and just standing there, back and forth. He was standing by the shed and then walking out to like 3 steps outside that iron gate, and then came back in. He did it a couple times, and then he walked to the front of the house, waited for like 5 minutes, then he hopped in on the passenger side of the van, got in the driver's seat, drove off, and he pulled out of his driveway, and when he came out of the driveway, he went left. Then he made that first right on the street, and then 4 to 6 minutes later, he was coming around and pulled back up in the same spot, hopped out on the driver's side this time, and then he walked out into the middle of the street, stood there for 13 minutes while he called the police. When the police came, then he got back in the car and then went the same exact way that he went. he didn't go up the other way to check to see if they went that way. He didn't look left or right, no nothing. He did nothing when he got in the van the first time or the second time. Like, so he didn't go look. She never even came out the house. The babies never came out the house. And it's all been on surveillance. And one more thing. What I was trying to... Well, I was going to wait for the end of the video, but... Okay. So, when we very first got there, the story was... They was... the adopted parent went to the door, knocked on the door with... and the lady opened the door and he had knives around his waist. And then when she asked him about the knives or something, he, like... When he went in the house, I guess when the news people came... Because she, I guess the mama confronted. I wasn't there when the mama confronted him, so I don't know what was said. But when we heard it, when it got back to us, she asked him about the knives or whatever. And he said this is his house or something. He can wear knives or he got to protect himself or something like that. But then when the news people came and the police came, his whole attire changed. Like, he didn't have the knives on his waist or nothing. So, I felt that was weird. Why did you have knives? Yes, they had no tears. Like, none at all. Like, I was close up on them. They had no tears. She was low-key trying to, like, she was dang near stuttering and and was tripping over his words when they was talking. She wouldn't look at me for nothing in the world. And to me, I don't know if he probably did it or she probably did it and he covering up. To me, I think they both did it since they were both in her care. And honestly, I don't know if they did a background check on him. I think they did a background check on her and he just happened to move in, like, not move in, but you know how, like, you hide something, like you hide who stays with you from DHS and stuff. That probably happened. And he probably was never on file for them. I will cry and scream like crazy. No tears, nothing. She looked very nervous. Right. The mama was in tears, like she was crying. She was screaming, like she was, like, it was crazy. Like, we all dang near shed a tear because, like, it's crazy. Like, the mama, it hurt my heart to see that type of stuff. Like, I don't know how I would feel because I got 4 kids. Like, and then that wrapping present stuff, no, I don't believe that. Because, for one, if I'm going to wrap some presents, I wrap when my kids is asleep. Or there is, I think that house was a 3-4 bedroom with an add-on. You could have sent them kids in any other room. Instead of saying, oh, they can go outside and play with chalk. Who the hell gonna play with some chalk in the cold weather? I don't even want to be stand outside in the cold. Then they said they both had on some black hoodies. I think gray pants or something like that. Come on now. Kids didn't have on no black hoodie and no gray pants. The only reason why you thought of black was because it was dark. And that's, you know, our typical color to put on is black. That's probably what he had on when he did something to him. Black. Maybe. No one called out CPS. They should explain their reason for not working with the family to place them with the loved one. I told y'all the story on that. After we searched and she didn't even go outside. No, she didn't go outside. She didn't search nothing. And then she kept saying, okay, she said, oh, we searched before we called. But then she turned around and said, he searched. Well, she didn't turn around and say it. He turned around and said, he went out and searched. And then we had to clarify because we looking like, well, of course she had to stay in the house. And we saying this right in front of them. Of course she had to stay in the house because, you know, the other kids were there. And she shaking her, yeah. So that means you didn't go out and search. He went out and searched. So how did y'all both go out and search and call the police after y'all searched? And y'all searched for what, 6 minutes? Come on now. If it was my kid, I'm gonna be on the phone with the police while I'm searching. I'm over here, woo, my baby went missing, woo. I'm not about to be sitting in the house when my baby is out somewhere. Then I'm going to sit at home and call the police? No, I'm not about to sit at home and call the police. I'm in my car, driving around, on the phone with the police, looking everywhere, hopping out, looking in bushes, trenches, all of that. I'm not about to just sit up there and be at home when my baby's not even at home and my baby just went missing. No, not going to do it. And thank y'all for the people that's, you know, saying sorry for our loss and all of that stuff. I really appreciate y'all. White big box truck drives by twice. I don't know who. I mean, Cal City is like a lot of trucks is out there. Like they work out there in the trenches and stuff. And what was crazy is because right after we all went out there, a couple days later, probably like 2-3 days later, they found a present with the name Orson on it in a field. Not to mention, okay, when we were there, we watched Ryan, which is the mama, we watched her tie the balloon and the teddy bear to a tree branch. She tied it, and it was not one of those weak ones. It was a thick tree branch. She tied it on. They had little other sticks coming out. Well, 3-4 days later, the balloons was in another field. Teddy bear still there, you know, at the place. But these balloons was in another field wrapped around some other bushes, like other tree branches. Go up there. The gum boots don't work with his outfit. Wonder why he needs the rubber boots. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know. The shirt he had on, a hella tight ass shirt, as if it was probably one of them kids' shirts. Not my little cousin's shirt, but the other kids, like the older ones, their kids, the oldest ones, because the shirt looked young. He looked like he was dressed for the military. Like he looks like he was in the Navy or military somehow, because that's his attire. Like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Them boots are throwing me off. No snow, no rain. Only people that work in water or muddy fields wear them kind of boots. Correct. And it ain't no, he don't work, he make beats. So I didn't know about the boots. Why are you laughing? I laugh because it was a joke that was told, and I have if I want to laugh, I'm going to laugh. That doesn't mean I don't care about my little cousin. So if y'all keep coming for me like that, like you're not concerned, you concerned about us laughing, but oh well, we laughing at a joke. We talking shit about the adopted parents. We can laugh when we talk shit about somebody else. We can laugh, especially if that motherfucker did something to our family. So, oh well if we laughed. Period. Like that, honestly, that makes me mad because it's like, y'all don't know us. And y'all hear people in the background laughing, but apparently these people care because they're there. No, it's nothing funny about, these babies went missing. Ain't nothing funny about that. Like, nothing is funny about that. But y'all acting like we laughing at the fact that our little cousins came up missing, or his son came up missing, or something like that. You act like we laughing about that. No, we not laughing about that. We laughing because we talking shit about the adopted parent. So what? Yes, I agree. They both are liars. What do you mean? Where has this video been? He got water boots on, check sewer system in lakes and ponds. We searched so many places. Like, it's crazy that there were no children in the backyard at the time. The adopted dad said they were. The camera was able to pick up the shadow of the dog, but there was no kids on camera. The adopted parents have done something to these boys. They need to check the previous addresses they moved from. I suspect there's answers there. They were living in apartment complexes in because we already believe me, we didn't already been out there. We've been investigating that type of stuff too. The lab, because somebody posted a list of the addresses, and all of them is like low income houses. Well, not even houses, they're apartments. And everybody, the other news reporter that spoke to their neighbors. The other one, it was an update about a van in a house. What? Yeah, take it up there. So, it was a house. What street was it? Owen Street. It was on the corner, like, I think it's a house or two houses away from the corner. They had an ice cream company or something, and they had another older white van, looked the same almost, but it's been broken down there for a minute, and that was another known address for them. And I guess after that van broke down, they went and bought a new van, which is the van that they're in. Bad liars. Sort of bad people the family is going through. They are lying. I hope the police question them. The police then went out there and questioned them so many times. It's just the police is not trying to give up any updates at all. Like, they not telling us nothing. With all the child abducted going on, a big white van at 7.05. Did anyone find out if they van lives in the Aspen Loop? Music coming from the van is loud. I don't think so. I don't think nobody is attention to that. Yeah, they only searched 6 minutes. I think that don't pan out. Just like they made up the whole story. These people are lying about this. Yes, because at first it was he stands there calm and not at all panicking. He also got his hands locked firmly under his arm. That was crazy to me because he did not move his hands not one time. They stayed tucked. Even when he went in the house, like when he walked off going to the house, like his hands came from and it stayed like this. Like it stayed in front of him. Like he walked, he like never turned towards us. He never did like this, or you know how people explain stuff. He didn't do none of that. He stayed like this. Yeah, talking. And then when everybody geared off to go look at the lot, like search the lot and stuff, because they said there was footprints and stuff over there before, we found out that it was other people out there searching that night, the night before. Because we came not the night before, not the night that it happened, but the next day we came. So I guess that night people was already out there searching, the people that lived out there. But after that, when everybody geared off to go look at the field and stuff, the news reporter ended their little whole thingy, and then when they walked off, they hurried up and rushed to the house. They didn't go like, and then the thing is, if you are so honest, when everybody was saying that they see footprints and stuff like that, instead of going in the house, they could have walked over there. The police wasn't there to tell them, oh, you can't go outside and search because the best is out there already searching. You can't go. The police ain't there for them for you to say that. Like, so you could have went out there with us. You could have walked to, y'all see footprints. Hold on, let me see. And then y'all could have went over there and verified if it was, their footprints or not. About how size of the foot was. But they didn't. They walked straight to the house. They didn't want to deal with nobody. They didn't want to talk to none of us. None. And they went up to the lady house a couple times. They start bamming on the window. They posted flyers over the door of their house, and then a little bit after that, that's when the police came, and then they took him out the back way and put him in the police car the back way, and they took him in for questioning. Then cold, really, man. Honestly, it was cold, but it wasn't like to the point like you over there like this shaking. No, it wasn't that cold. Like, it wasn't that cold. It was showing that their parents had cameras inside their house, like, at the top, but nobody confirmed that they were working. Just think, 2 of your children are missing. 2. Could anyone convince you to stay in the house and not look for them? That's what I'm saying. Like, ain't nobody gonna convince me not to sit in my house while my kids is going. No, I'm not sitting in my house. You're gonna have to take me to jail because I'm about to go search for my kids. Fuck you. Like, y'all just don't know. I don't play about my kids. No. Boy, I tell you, she's lucky I'm not there. I'll get the truth out of it. I swear, I wish we can go back to the torture way. Let me shut up. Like, I'm laughing because it's like some of the stuff that people are saying, I wish that we can go back to those ways, because I would probably got the truth out. Like, nah, you gonna tell me. Like, you gonna tell me. So I feel what she's saying on that. Why would he even say the kids are going to be rambunctious? I don't know. As if his arms being crossed the entire time don't already say he guilty. We need full mental evaluations. I did read on one of the posts that he was in the military. He, I guess, got out of the military and he had that mental problem, whatever. I forgot what they call it. So, y'all know what I'm talking about. The people in the military. So with her swaying by his stance, I so wish this being that precious boy would be found. Yes, I wish they was found. Believe me, it's a drag. Like, it's a drag. And another reason why, like, the bio mom, Ryan, she not, like, trying to put her face out there, because people have already been threatening her, like, watching her, trying to follow her and stuff like that. Like, all of this stuff, like, so she's scared right now at the moment. And then not knowing where your kids is, like, it's a lot on her plate. She hurt. It's a lot going on. Okay. Sending blessings and love to the birth family. Something is off. So off. You can feel it in your bones. Gotta stay taking kids out of their families and stranger homes, right? They don't need to be putting kids in stranger homes if you never lived with that person to know how they're going to treat the other kid. These parents are not acting normal. No, justice will be served. Man, they did something to them handsome little kings, and the truth will come to the light. Yes, it will. Go to where they hike at. We don't know nothing about these people. That's the thing. Like, we don't know these people from a can of paint. So we don't know where they hike at. We don't know where they grocery shop at. We don't know nothing about them. Okay. Go that way. I'm doing a video, baby. Yes, pretty.
I have to go pee.
Okay, go pee.
I'm taking your bathroom.
Okay, tell her to let you in my bathroom. Okay, look at his body language. She's guilty. He sounds just like the ABC 123 boy. And that's the reason why we laugh. Because other people, they're cracking jokes. Like, they cracking jokes. So, of course, people gonna laugh at certain things. Like, if somebody say something funny, then, yes, natural instinct is to laugh. It's not like we don't, it's not that we don't care. It's just that, hell, it was funny. Like, yes, he did sound like an ABC 123 boy. I would have laughed at that. Night, Chris Watts. I don't know who Chris Watts is. I need to look up, get that whole idea thing. This is unfolded. Okay. These is all the ones I haven't responded to. So all the questions that, or the stuff that was posted on my wall that I have, that on the comments that I haven't responded to, I pretty much responded to all of them in this message, like in this video. So yeah, y'all. If I have any more updates, like if I find out something, of course, yes, I'm going to let you guys know, because I know that a lot of people is tuned in, because yes, I know you guys care about, you know, the boys, and I love that you guys care, because our family need the prayer. And I don't know why I'm stuck saying these boys, because like, you guys do not know how many times I read, where are the boys? The boys, the boys. So that's why I keep saying the boys, because it's been stored in my head from reading people's comments, and then reading the little what is that called, the little teddy bears and stuff that's out there in Cal City, and it says where are the boys, and then that's all the lady was chanting, like at the front door of their house when we was all out there. She was like, where are the boys, where are the boys, like yelling, like cussing them out, like, yeah, I'll beat your A, bring your A outside, just tell us where the boys are, or whatever. So if you guys catch me saying the boys, it's because I've been hearing it constantly, the boys, the boys, the boys. They are sincere and classic. I almost called them Orin and Orson, but that's because I've been seeing Orin and Orson also. But it's sincere and classic. So I tried to hurry up and do this video because I do get nausea, like, and I get sick really quick. I'm glad I was on here to answer pretty much majority of the comments that's on my post. I'll keep you guys updated if I find out any information. I'll keep y'all updated. I will be trying to post more. I'm going into my second trimester, to where the nausea should be going down by now, hopefully. But yeah, so stay tuned, like and subscribe to this channel. Feel free to comment on my video if you have any questions, if you have any leads. Like, of course, we're gonna, you know, always be able to, like, if you guys say something, like, give us a idea, we're gonna take that idea and we're gonna run with it, and we're gonna, you know, try to figure something out, because yes, these is our babies and we want to know what's going on, and we're gonna try our hardest to keep looking, searching. We're gonna try to find them, like, regardless of anything. Like, those is our hearts, those is our babies. We tried to get them back, and it's like, it's not fully DHS, it's the social worker. So they both have parts in it. So like and subscribe, and I'll keep you guys posted with updates. Thank you, the Queen Sorrel channel. Bye.